Hey everybody, welcome to my vlog. Today we are going to the schooling show. This is me hanging out with Pepper beforehand, laying around and looking for squirrels. We didn't find any. This is our dressage test, so he came in with quite a lot of trot and not a lot of listening. So there are comments from Janice all throughout the video. She was kind enough to come with me and help coach a little bit. And he was really good. He was a hair fresh, and she shifted the camera over. That's how far the circle was supposed to go out to. So I got a comment about that. The other thing I got a comment on was this is supposed to be a circle. So this was a good time to go into my corners, but I basically made a bunch of square circles because that's what we've been practicing, and I just will do it right the next time. So here we picked up our canner and then messed up the test. So we came around and I only did a half of a canter circle. I was supposed to go all the way back around the circle and stop after B. So then the judge dinged us and we started again. That part, so you can tell he's like meh about listening, but this is still worlds better than the last time we showed. A lot of times what Secret likes to do is just kind of take over. So like this is sort of, you can sort of see it here, he just gets really stiff through his left side. And here he kind of relaxes and he bends a little bit more. He gives. So we came back down to a working trot. And then I believe this is where we switched directions. And I sat down and did a sitting trot. I probably should have posted. This was only my second test, so bear with me. He didn't really have enough trot for this part, but I was mostly trying to keep him from running, so we'll work on that for next time. But as you can see, he is definitely into what we're doing, and you can see his ear keeps flicking back to me throughout the test. So when I do get his attention, he is giving me yes, and I missed the X there. So my circle wasn't big enough there either. So the next test, I will have the correct circle of the correct size, and when I am supposed to, I will ride into my corners. But my horse was listening pretty well, so you can see he's sort of like between like, I'm hearing you and I don't care. So see there, his ears, like, especially his inside ear, like flicks back to me. He's listening, which is super. It's definitely come a long way since we first started. So we probably broke here just a little too early. And then I slowed him down maybe a little bit too much. One of the main comments from the judges was that I needed to have him move forward into the contact more. I probably do, so we'll work on that. At this particular show, they were saying we both needed a little more confidence. Probably, I do need a little more confidence in him. So we'll work on that, and then I'm sure the next time it will be even better. It's not that I'm afraid he's going to do anything super naughty and dump me. It's just that I don't 100% trust him to behave. So I'll give him a little more leeway at the next show, and hopefully he doesn't take full advantage of that. Secret does like to run the show, as you can kind of tell watching him. Maybe he believes that he's very clever. He's probably one of the smartest horses I've ever ridden, and let alone the first horse I've ever brought along myself. So it's all new for me. This is all a new experience, but I am really enjoying this part because he's almost trained. Here we didn't quite get to the X. See, parallel with the B cone is where we should have been. So notes for next time. This is a warm-up ring before we went in for our show jumping portion. We were going to jump 2-3, but we had gotten some comments from my uncle, and here I was looking for a little control, that he seemed very stiff before and after the fences. So also with Janice, we've had some lessons where it's just become apparent he needs to jump off of his hind end a little bit more, and he tends to get stiff through his body and just ignore my aids. This was a really nice warm-up though. He got to every fence in pretty good stride, and he actually did it all at a canter, for most of it. We did trot a few fences, but that's what we'd been working on, is getting to the fences in stride correctly. And you'll see in the actual show jump ring right now, we did end up trotting a fair few of them. So he jumped real big, much sooner than I thought he would. So fortunately, it's a schooling show, and it was very laid back. Everybody was pretty cool. I lost a stirrup, got it back. Secret was actually pretty cool. I mean, he was kind of, for a horse that was kind of turned up, he was like, oh yeah, all right, let's circle. Is that what you want? And then he popped over that pretty nice. And that's been my policy with him, is just, if he feels disorganized, rather than letting him get stiff, just sit up and trot everything. And I'm leaving all the dirty details in here because he refused this fence twice. Nice lead change came from behind, so now we know he can do it. So this time he does the same thing, and I just didn't have enough left leg on. It was a very odd feeling. Like 1 minute he's under you and he slips out from under you and out the other direction very quicker than I've ever had a horse do that to me. Not that I've ridden a ton of horses, but he's just quick. He's athletic. So here he switched leads twice. He wanted either direction, but not the direction of the fence. So we'll put some rainbows in our arena, and hopefully that'll get him used to that. And around here I was actually really happy because he had spooked at this little blue fence, so that's why I brought him down to a trot so he'd be nice and balanced. And not only did he trot it really well, he landed the correct lead, which was what we had been working on at home, was popping over things and then landing on the right lead because he's a little less comfortable with that. But you can see here, yeah, he takes his extra little step. This was gorgeous, and one day this will be all of our fences. He jumped that could have been 3 feet, and he would have made it over. So I have a still from that jump because it was so impressive, like how beautiful he picked up his front knees. So then I asked, based on that round, I probably could have gone up to 2-3 and maybe it would have helped him pick up his feet for a little bit more for everything, but I opted to just do that round again just to give him practice and confidence. You can see I'm trying to get him to really bend, and he really likes to stiffen through that side of his body. So I put my leg on, and if it looks like my leg swings, it's because he gets really hard. Here he sort of blew through my hands, but he got there in the correct striding. It didn't really jump off of his hind end like I wanted. And then I had a little too much horse, so I circled and brought him back, and he just fought me pretty hard, so I sat back and gave a pretty big half halt. And then I had his attention, so then he was hearing me. And he came into this one and jumped it like a deer. He took an extra little half stride here. I was ready for him. So he got over the rainbows, and then we actually skipped 2 fences and just finished out the course, not on purpose, but that's what happened. And that one I thought he did pretty well. So altogether, I'd say that was a pretty good experience for him. We also went out and did cross country, but I don't have videos of that. But he was a really good boy. So thanks for watching, and special thanks to Brandon Hendrickson and Jeremy Hendrickson for catching the footage. You guys are awesome.